Hello everyone, welcome to GW Pro Trading. It's Gwyn Michael here, and in today's video I want to be sharing with you technical analysis on CAD. Alright, so we're going to be looking at technical analysis with respect to CAD ahead of the big event for tomorrow. Today is the 2nd, which is Thursday of December 2021. Alright, so let's go take a look at what is also happening here. We have a big news coming in on CAD tomorrow, which is Friday. Yeah, it's a big day, and we're going to be seeing unemployment rate and also employment change, and also we will be seeing USD non-farm employment change, and we'll also be seeing unemployment rate, and that would create volatility in the market. All right, so we're going to be looking at big day tomorrow. It's going to be a big day, guys. So let's go ahead and look at some chart setups on how we would approach this one and also make some cool bucks of it. All right, so the essence of this presentation, which I present to you guys on before and then after news release, is to also give you guide on what positions or what territories to start looking for sell or buy. All right, so also we're going to be pointing out point of possible entries, point of possible ruin, and when we're going to be looking at some setups. All right, what could also happen. All right, so let's go ahead and start with USD CAD. All right, because I want to start with USD CAD because of the fact that it's a major currency. I love it the more because it also is one I love trading. All right, so tomorrow we're having CAD news coming in, and we are in a very important structure. All right, so we're in a very important structure around price in the price territory of September high and also testing August high. All right, so we are currently approaching we are around September high territory, which is right inside of this territory of 1.29, and we also have it that August high, which is around 1.295. all right, so are we going to see price break through this high and then continue upside, or are we going to be seeing a possibility of price correcting a little bit and then dropping to the downside? All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at for this one here. All right, so however, I think there could also be a possibility for a big correction. All right, I expect that there could be a possibility for a big correction over time. All right, so but for now we have price trading upside. All right, we have price trading upside, and best to wait for new directions. Okay, so for this one here, I don't have one big of a setup here, but however, price could also continue going up or continue reject this territory and then go back down, because this area here is a very huge territory here, and we could also see price want to test and then create some sort of structure inside of that territory, because I look at this whole environment as a liquidity zone. All right, so I look at it as point where price would want to find new directions. Okay, so we can expect that price could want to form new directions inside of this territory, this whole range. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and see what else is happening with other ones. We have GBP CAD, which also looks very well. All right, very much cool for a setup. All right, so what we could also identify here from a weekly time frame, I would just go ahead weekly time frame and start with this analysis. I'm not going to go up too much time frames in a monthly. All right, so what is happening here is we have what could also be a possible impulse here, and we have what could also be a possible correction. However, price broke below this point here and also dropping back to create a possibility of a wave C. This could be a possibility of a wave C one, and this could also be a possibility that price might just have complete inside of this territory, because here this territory is a very important one. All right, so if I go ahead put up the wave count for you guys, then you can see that this territory here is a very important one. We have with A, B, C, D, E for a B. All right, instead of this zone, we're going to go change that, and we have what could also be a C, and we have it that price then created an A, B, and then a C after this huge structure here. So we could also be looking at an A, B, C, all right, and then we could be looking at A, B, C. And if this is complete, we might also be seeing price start the next wish to upside. However, for this one here, I want to see price clear this range. All right, so here is what I'm looking at as a resistance structure here, and I expect price to come into that zone. So I'm going to be putting up a trading plan to see price come into that zone. All right, so we'll go over to see what is also happening and going a little bit closer to this structure here. What I expected initially from the start of the week, I expected a very slow week, and that was why I pointed that out. If you go ahead to my pre-market analysis, you also identify that I pointed out that I want to see a slow week, and during that market presentation, I pointed out that I don't want to be taking any decision inside of this territory. All right, I don't want to be trading price. As long as price is here, I don't want to trade price here. All right, so what I'm going to be sharing with you guys is a setup that also I'm going to be looking at in the future. All right, so what I'm looking at here is I see a possible breakout to the upside. All right, so however, I expect price to create a corrective wave. Okay, I expect price to create an ABC. All right, but starting with this one here, this rather looked very different. All right, so let me just go share it with you guys, and it looks different, and I think with this kind of setup here, price is definitely going to move up more. We might even see price come back into huge territories of maybe, just maybe 1.72 territories. All right. Okay, so what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to be looking at some setups such as this one here. What is going on with this one here is I see a possible setup. All right, so I see a possible setup, and I'm going to put it up to you guys. I see a possible impulse here, which also price started development, and also see a possibility that then this corrected inside of this territory. All right, that looks very nice. All right, and also we had price create a C leg. Okay, so we had price create a C leg, and we could also point out that this here creates an A leg. All right, we could also put that, okay, that creates an A leg. All right, that creates a unique A leg. Let me just go prevent this from coming in on a bigger time frame. So this creates an A leg. All right, so what is happening at the moment right now is price created an A leg, dropped, all right, dropped into that zone, clearing this territory here to drop. So what is happening here is that price then created the next leg of a leg. All right, price created the next leg of an A, and we can also identify that price is trading above the origin point or the price territories of wave A. All right, so price territories of wave A is being tested. What I want to see next is I want to see price drop from this point. Okay, I want to see price drop from this point, just maybe in a zigzag format or in a corrective wave format. All right, I want to see either an ABC, or we could also be expecting a kind of zigzag structure there. All right, one that could take price maybe just maybe back into here or somewhere around this point here could also be a nice territory. All right, so I want to be seeing price tomorrow during the news release make a drop. Okay, I want to see price make a drop during the news release tomorrow. I want to see GBP drop, okay, back into these territories. These territories here is when we're going to start looking for short or long opportunities. Rather, we're going to look for long opportunities up here. So however, what I want to do in total, I want a long. Okay, so I want a long. All right, I want a long. All right, I want a long GBP card. All right, I want a long GBP card at the right time. All right, so I want to see price drop into this zone. Okay, then I will be ready to buy with a validation. Okay, so validation out of the zone. Okay, so if price then drops, then create some structure. All right, creating some weakness inside of this territory. I want to see price break below this point. Okay, I want to see price break below this point. Once price breaks below this point, I'm going to be looking for bearish opportunities. All right, I'm going to be looking for bearish opportunities when price can break below 1.678 territory. All right, that's going to show me that we are off. Okay, we are off. All right, it's going to give me that we are off, and then we can expect that the next drop could also drop as much as this zone. Okay, you can also expect that the next drop could also drop as much as 1.662. All right, 66 territory could also be where price would want to test next. Okay, and we look at Euro card. All right, what's going on with Euro card, guys? What I pointed out during my pre-market analysis was I want to see Euro card move up to this point. Okay, I want to see Euro card move up to this point, or as well move up to testing the resistance of this downward channel here. We are in downward channel, right? We're downward channel, and until we break out of this channel here, there is no reason for me to start looking for long or for anything contrary. All right, so I'm looking at the opportunity of price completing the corrective wave. All right, so what's going on here, guys? What I could also possibly see for this one here is I see a possibility of a structure. Okay, if you guys remember when we took a trade around here, and I pointed out during my pre-market analysis that I don't want to be doing anything here. I don't know. I said I don't know what's going on. All right, and we saw price then move up, corrected, move up. All right, so whatever is happening here, I still don't really understand what to do with this one here. But I think this could also be a leading structure here, having formed A, B, C, D. Possibility that price could also complete E is also very much available. Okay, so we might also see that price would drop. If price drops back into good territories, I'm going to be looking at Fibonacci retracement territories. Okay, so if price drops into good territories, say we have this to be the weekly high. Okay, so we have this to be the weekly high, but I'm not looking at this high yet until price can break below. I would really want to see price retrace back into the zone. Okay, so I'm going to put this as my point of entry. I'm going to put this as my point of entry, and that's where I'm going to start looking for reactions. Okay, I'm going to start looking for reactions around this point here. I'm going to start looking for reactions around this point. Okay, so this is the best territory to start looking for reactions. I want to see price slide. If price would slide in a hurry during the news release back into this territory here, I think that would be the best opportunities to start looking for buy opportunities. All right, so price could also continue moving up. Say we have card weakness coming in after the news or just during the news release, we might also have price move up into testing this point right here. I think this is more bullish. Okay, it's more bullish, but if we could have price before the news create a head and shoulder pattern some sort, I might also look at the possibility that price would also move back into the zone. All right, so we look at sentiment pace, AUD card, NZD card, card JPY, and also card CHF. All right, what's going on, guys? All right. All right, so we look at card JPY, and first, what's going on with card JPY? I think whatever is happening here, we are seeing more of a contraction. Okay, we're seeing more of a contraction inside of this zone here. Okay, as we could identify, we've seen more of a contraction. We've seen price all through the week contract. Okay, but however, it has been contracting downward. Okay, so what's going on here? We're not looking at really a contraction, because a contraction would be one that we could be expecting price to move inside, all right, or some sort of symmetrical triangle. But this one here, we're looking at a possibility of a downward channel being not that steep, okay, but very gentle downward channel here, price bouncing off support, resistance, support, and we have what could also create as a double bottom, and we can also see price continue back into this resistance here. So what's it gonna be, guys? Okay, so what's the next move for card for this one? This one here looks a little bit off. Okay, I would say it looks a little bit off because I'm looking at more opportunity for price to break to the downside. All right, if we could also have it that price could then move up in this zone, I think I would be most careful. Okay, I'll be most careful in how I approach this on a longer term. All right, I'll be most careful when price breaks into this high. Okay, because it could also correct a little bit and then continue moving up, or could also complete and then form as a complete reversal. However, for this one here, I don't have any technical setups to look for, all right, or territories to look for, so I'll just pass. Okay, we'll look at AUD card. What's going on with AUD card? All right, so I spoke about AUD card just some few days back when I was talking about the big drop also in AUD. All right, so what we're looking at the moment, we're looking at AUD card instead of what could also be a range. If you spoke about that, it could also be a range. Okay, so until this finds new directions, I'm not going to be doing anything. All right, so if we also see massive strength coming in the card, we might also see this slide, all right, a little bit down. All right, I'm going to put this up as a structure there, and I'm going to want to put up this here. I'm going to want to put up this here. Okay, so I'm going to put up these two structures. Okay, I want to put up this one. This is be like this structure here. I'm gonna put that on. All right, and I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. So we have what could also possibly have been the end of the structure, because this could also moreover appear on the fold wave or the B wave. All right, so this is possibly either a fold wave, say we have wave 1, 2, 3, just maybe 4, maybe 5. Okay, so we might then be looking at the start of a new wave. All right, it's a possibility. Nothing can be ruled out when it comes into trading. All right, so this could also be A, B, and then just maybe A, B, method A, B, C, maybe to the downside to complete before we look at new directions. However, I am more bearish on this one than bullish, and I'll just pass. Okay, for this one, I'll just pass. All right, for this one, I will pass. Okay, so we look at also CAD CHF. Okay, so CAD CHF, we are at key support area. This was support right around September. Lows are being taken out, all right, currently, and we're looking at price struggling around August lows. Okay, somewhere around August lows. All right, so but whatever is happening here overall, if you look at this on a monthly time frame, we can also identify certain things. Okay, one of the things that can also identify from a monthly time frame is that we have an impulse correction, and we could expect the next impulse to drop below this point here. Okay, and number two, if you look at this on a weekly time frame here, you will understand that there could also be a possibility that whatever is happening here could also be an impulse correction, impulse to complete a corrective pattern, and then we can expect that the next wave could also start to make its way to the downside into completing what could also be an overall downward trend on the global basis. Okay, so we're looking at a global trend. We're looking at a global trend to be a downtrend. All right, global trend, downtrend. Okay, so that could also continue to develop on the global trend basis, and we could look at a possibility that that could also continue. All right, so global trend, downtrend. Okay, so whatever is happening here could also be a massive correction. Global trend, downtrend. All right, so we're looking at that, and then we could also expect that it's all a possibility that anything could also happen. All right, we had previous high right around here. Say we had previous high right around here, and you can also see that in all these times that new highs are not formed. Okay, new highs are not formed in all this time. All right, high here. I'm just gonna put that back. Okay, high here, high here, high here. In all those times, highs are not being taken out. So what's going on, guys? I think there could also be a drop, and this would have been complete, and then we could be looking for a next drop to the downside. Okay, so that's what I think. I think there is more bearishness on this one than bullishness. We might also have price and drop to downside. All right, I think that could also be a possibility. So I'm looking at the possibility. However, we could also see CAD strength coming. For CAD, if we could also expect, if we can see CAD strength coming, I think this is the best territories to start looking for sell opportunities. All right, if CAD will move up from this point here back into this zone, I will be waiting gladly to take a sell trade. All right, so for this one here, I'll also be ready to take a buy trade if price validates. All right, I'm seeing an A, B, C, D, and what could also possibly an E completion. So what is happening here could be a correction, and then we're going to have price explode to the upside maybe next week. Okay. All right, so we wrap that up with NZD CAD. All right, I spoke about this before on my channel, and I spoke about that what is happening here is a correction. Okay, so I expect this to be a correction of the impulse, which could have been complete, which I spoke about today. Also, in one of my presentations, I spoke about this today in the morning when I was doing pre-market analysis for Thursday, and I pointed out that this should not be traded. Okay, so we had price reject this point and move up. So whatever is happening here could be a massive correction, and we can also have price then complete by moving to the upside. We don't know for sure what's going on, but this looks more corrective. For a corrective structure such as this one, we might also have price create another completion pattern that could also point out the next move to the upside. All right, we could also see a next leg down. and then we can continue upside. Okay, so there's a great possibility that we might see a next leg down, just somewhere down here, just maybe to create some sort of complex pattern here. Okay, it's a possibility, but however, if price would break through this point, below this point will be in validation for the bulls and validation for the bears. Okay, all right, so we wrap that up. See you tomorrow. Subscribe, like, and also share with friends. That's the best. Thank you, and it will also help in the creation of more videos such as this one. See you next time. I love you.